Bet you that one works. Okay. Hello.
Fix
How
your
y'all
shit.
doing? How your mom and them?
Hi, Linda.
Sorry, everything's broken. I break everything. I lose everything, apparently, because I'm...
How come I look way closer on the screen than I do in Zoom?
I don't know. Maybe it's my monitors now, because I put different monitors
How
in
would
here.
your how
I don't know. It just looks that way to me right now. My boss had some cool curved monitors and he kept getting mad because his screen wasn't showing up right. So I was like, well, I'll swap it out with the ones I'm using at home. And they look great, but the most I can get out of them is 1080p. And I swear all my icons are huge now. YouTube looks crazy big, which is great because I can read really, but selections are difficult now because I can't move stuff out of the way. It blocks the whole screen. It's huge on the screen, so it is what it is. I was going to show you all the Malians I bought that are comparable to the ones that came off my wing. I can't find the new ones. I have the old ones right here. So if you look at the old ones, I can show you those and then go, okay, the new ones look just like that. Because that's pretty much what that's the way it is. And 8 o'clock got here so fast. I mean, we got off work and I came here and I was so tired. I wanted to just go and take a nap, honestly. But that didn't happen. So let me see if I can get this other camera going just so I can make sure. It looks like our screen is smushed. I'm trying to fix it, but let me see if I can fix it.
Yeah, we're too far to the bottom. Lift us up a little bit.
Okay, hold on. This thing is
Hey,
asking
Harry.
for firewall permission. Jeez, man, I swear. We're too far to... Okay. Oh, look at there. It's getting better by the moment.
There we go.
All right. We're way low on the screen. Are we better now, Tony? Hopefully, maybe somewhere. I'm trying to adjust stuff as we go here. Yeah, my wing, you know, when it got damaged when I was down in Florida, it basically messed up 2 lines that I knew of. Actually, it ended up being 3. I had 2 of them replaced down there, but the brake line that he replaced was the wrong color, so I ordered another brake line, and apparently I can't read either. I got the chart right here. This is BGD's chart, and all these up here are the A lines. And for some reason, I told her, "Oh yeah, I need BR4 and BR2," which the B lines are right. That's a B line. My brake line is way down here, and I don't know why I didn't look down here. So I thought this line on the side right here was the brake, because that's basically what you're pulling, but that's not the brake line. Luckily, she called me because she didn't have the exact color. Once again, I never can get my color right. So I end up getting a yellow line, which is what it is, but the yellow line has stripes in it, or black dots or something. I don't know. It's a little different, but I can deal with it. It's still neon yellow, and I'll know that's my brake, so go figure. The mounts off the trike, they did make an improvement on those. Let me see if this works halfway. There we go. Maybe, kind of. What? Oh, when I switch to this other screen, my sound's going to go out. I got to fix it, so give me just a second, because I know it's going to do it. And there goes my... No. There we go. Okay. So why is that so small? What? I swear, man, everything got jacked up. I don't even know anymore. And that's not supposed to be on there. Hello, back up. Close enough.
How are you doing?
So let me see if I can get light down here on the subject. These are the new mounts. And I asked Bryant, you know, hey, what is this plate here? Because I don't know if y'all can tell, but there's two separate plates. So this one he has zip tied to it. I asked, does this go on the bottom to help support it? And he's like, no, it's a doubler, so it makes it extra strong. So these are actually steel, whereas the last ones were aluminum. They're still square. Now, the way this works is this goes on.
It's hooky.
It's what?
It's hooky instead of just a straight plate. That
yeah, it's hooky. You're right. So I'm hoping these go on the trike and then my round tube. So I'm just gonna have to take and make this go over my round tube and crank down on it, and then the other side would just go the opposite way. And these slide out and then lock down on my frame and hold it in place. So that's what's gonna happen with that. So, and you can see one of my little mullions here, how bent it is. This is after straightening them out a good bit. This one I almost got perfect, but the threading on it is really jacked up and I don't trust it anymore. So I wanted to change it out, which I did. Apparently I have misplaced the new mullions. I still have, it came in a 6-pack, and they're not easy to find unless you know exactly where to get these from your dealer or whatever. So I had to look all over Amazon to find these things. I measured this and it was like 1 3/8 inches or something is the length, and that's what I had to end up looking for.
Hey, Jazzy.
On Amazon. It was like 1 inch point something 0.48, and these got really high brake strength. Well, the new ones, which look just like this.
Tony, those look like they are better than the ones that he had before, because the ones he had before were just flat plates.
Yeah, the other ones, if I brought the other one in here, you'd see they don't, and they were aluminum. And you saw
that's exactly what
broke.
He's looking for, except for the fact that they're squared instead of rounded. But I would imagine squared is probably sturdier as long as they fit over the actual frame.
Remember the old ones were welded right here and right here? This is a solid piece of metal. This is not a weld. This is solid right here. So that's definitely going to help keep it from breaking. So that's going to be a benefit. So I don't have to worry about that breaking now.
And I don't think the frame on your trike is wider than that. I think that's going to be perfect.
Yeah, I think that'll work. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to. My paramotor is still in the broke down state because when we came back from Florida, I had to break it down to be able to get it to fit in the van. It still broke down. All the parts to it are there, but they're in the basement, so I'll have to get that back out and go from there.
Kitty, you do not need to crawl into my skin. I promise.
What else have I lost? Oh, speaking of which.
Your mind.
No. Like right here. My black ring that I always wear. I have dropped that or something yesterday. Am I just getting old, man? I'm losing more crap in just these last couple days than I ever have.
Well, I can't say anything for the ring, but the reason you lose crap is because your version of putting it away is just laying it on whatever horizontal surface you are next to. You have no organizational skills whatsoever. You don't put shit where it goes. Hey. Therefore, you have no idea where you put it when it's time to go look for it.
You leave my organized chaos alone.
There is no organized about it. You just chaos.
Just chaos. Well, I mean,
Now, you put them somewhere when I told you to clean off the kitchen table so we could eat dinner.
I put them somewhere.
You had to have, because I didn't move anything off that kitchen table because I'm tired of cleaning up your crap. So that means you picked them up.
I have the Malians right here. See, I knew exactly where my organized chaos went. They came in this package. That's why it was like so hard for me to find. It's like a silver package, so I'll get a new one out here, and you can see that the new one and the old ones, if I turn it the same way here. Let me get this a little closer. How about that? That would look a lot better, wouldn't it? If I get that closer. See, those look pretty much identical to each other. So, I'll be using these. And these actually work good. They actually unscrew and screw back together the way they're supposed to, not stripped out threads and everything else that I had on there. So, and I only had 2 that were bent, so I only replaced 2. The lines, they're going to get redone. I had another B line, which is a blue line on mine, a light blue color that BGD uses. Apparently she don't have light blue, so I'm getting a dark blue line. I'm like, fine, it's blue. As long as I'm in the same ballpark, I'm okay with that. Pretty soon, not only is my glider going to be rainbow, all my lines are going to be rainbow and every color you can think of, because apparently
And your shoes.
I can't get. Yeah, I do have some rainbow shoes that I have yet to wear. I'm going to have to wear those for the next fly-in. I'm going to wear those rainbow shoes.
Apparently, this is the new rule when I come into my office.
Oh, the cat? Yeah.
Yes, I tried to put her down, and she wasn't having no part of that. She crawled back up here.
Well, you know, she likes you. What's
Hey,
up,
Wally?
Molly?
Yeah, but before we moved here, she was very aloof and was not a people cat and did her own cat thing. And now, if she could crawl into my skin, she would.
I'm disappointed with Timu. Y'all know I got that big swirly 3D holographic. I got another one that I thought had 4 blades. That's the only reason I got it. But this one has 2. It does have a couple of cool new pictures on there. I wonder if I have a plug I can plug
And
this
how
in.
much was it?
It wasn't cheap. It was like $46, I think.
Okay, that's cheap relative to what you paid for the other one. So
That probably is true. All right, yeah, I can plug this in. Let me try not to kill myself though in the process. Let's see if this will work. Whoa. Man, okay, it hit the cord and went flying. Let's see how good it is. The cord is being pulled, so it's getting stuck. Let me try this then. Backwards, holding it. Now it can't hit the cord. Let's try that again.
don't let go this time, you big chicken.
All right, let's go through some different designs here. Yeah, see, this one's got a skull on it, which is pretty cool.
We're still seeing the countdown. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the countdown was yeah, it's okay, Creed. She it was her time. That's like a strawberry or something. I don't know. There's the Santa. He's always on this thing. Another Christmas tree. That's a different Christmas tree than the one I got. This is some kind of mountain scene in the snow, I guess. It looks cooler in person. There's a planet and you can't really see it. It looks similar to Jupiter and the planet spinning. That's some kind of cool creature. I don't know. This is weird holding this because it feels gyroscopic, like it's trying to spin the other way, and then we're back to the thing again. So yeah.
Get your
This
claws
has
out of my
so much more
skin.
color than what y'all can see. This is really bright colors, but
Stop with the
let me
claws.
shut this down before
So
I
what are
chop
you
my hand off.
disappointed about? Because it only had one blade instead of two?
Well, yeah, I wanted to have 4 blades. It just if it had the 4 blades, it wouldn't show up as bad on for the frame rate or the way the camera picks it up. You know how this one sometimes you can't see it because of the frame rate? Well, I was hoping that that would fix that, but I will say that my original one is bigger. That one's
That's what
about
she said. Please keep your claws out of my shoulder.
that's about 2
It
inches bigger.
hurts.
What's up, Bill? So I'll let Bill see these mallions. So Bill, these are the mallions I got off of Amazon because my original mallions, you can see that one's pretty bent. But the new ones I got, this is one of the new ones here, and here's my original. So they're pretty spot on. I know this one probably looks a little thicker, but in real life they're not. This one's just real shiny. That's why it's like that. Plus this one's been bent and re-straightened and bent, and I tried to straighten that one out as much as I could, but I feel safer using one that's actually not been bent and mangled. The mounts for the trike, which I know Bill didn't see that either. These are going to help a lot because these actually hold down on the frame, and they're not welded. They're actually a solid piece of metal now, and this is steel, not aluminum. So these should actually hold my trike down, or my paramotor to the trike, very well. So I'll get to try that very soon, hopefully. I still want to help John get in the air on his trike. So if I can get with him at some point, I don't care what weekend he has free, but if he can get a weekend free, we can go up to Eastern Shore and just have at it, man. He will have more than enough room to be able to practice with a trike. I just think if John had the room, he'd be able to learn that thing in one day, no problem. At least taxiing the trike, putting the wing down, bringing the wing up. That's the main part of triking anyway. He can get his flare down 2-3 landings and he'll be good. Even with the way he lands now, foot launch, I think on the trike it kind of lets you focus more on the landing and he'll be fine. I hope you get to fly, Bill. I will not be. I'm still waiting on one more line for my wing. Well, 2 actually, but
nope. Tomorrow you will be clearing a path in the basement again, so I can put all the Christmas stuff down in there before it's
yeah, that
summertime.
needs to get done. That needs to get done.
And I need you to hang up that rug for me so I can power wash it.
Oh yeah. Well, I got the and it's gonna be a decent temperature tomorrow too. So it's gonna be like 70 degrees here tomorrow, which is not bad.
Shmoo, can I put you down now?
He even sent new bolts for the trike. I do appreciate that, which you can't hardly see because but there's some new bolts.
Look, don't be an asshole.
So I got parts now. I do got one other thing coming. We'll have to see how well it works. Then I'll let y'all know. It's all cool and technical and stuff. We'll see. 74. Very nice, Creed. I had every intention on by Friday having my desk cleared off and making wire. Because I'm going to get that done now. Creed has been awesome. He's gave away. Oh, by the way, Creed, guess what? Bam. There's my pen. You know where my pen was? It was directly behind me in a cup that I usually keep on my desk, but I had moved the cup to the other desk, but that's it. And the ink had busted. It was all inside the pen. I don't know how that happened, but I got that fixed now. So no more issues with that. Let me take this apart and make sure it still looks good. So there's the ink cartridge. Yeah, this spring was covered in ink. I cleaned it all off, put it all back together, and now everything works the way it should. So you shouldn't I shouldn't have left it sitting like that for so long. It's better
Mm-mm.
sit this way. So Munchkin's got a cool little holder for hers with a knight holding it out like this, and I need to get something like that to set the pin on. But I did find it. I literally found it that night, I do believe. It was either that night or next night. And I said, oh, I'll just wait and show it when we do the show again. So there you go. I told you I knew I didn't lose my pen. Can't lose my pen, man.
You would lose your head if it wasn't
I've
attached
lost
to your
so I
shoulders.
lost my ring. Now that I may
Yeah.
not find, not my wedding ring type deal, but the black ring that I wore on this hand, I'm assuming it fell off when I was moving these monitors because the corner could have grabbed my finger. I thought maybe it fell in the back of the truck while I was putting the monitors in. It's not like I lost a lot of weight. It shouldn't be my ring just fly off my hand like that, but it never was really tight on my hand, so it's possible. I usually notice it as soon as it comes off though, and I'm like, oh, there it is, and I'll just put it back on, but not this time. And if I lost it, it's no big deal. It wasn't a really expensive ring or anything, so I'm not really worried. It just feels weird not having it on anymore.
Your camera is moving back and forth.
Why
Make
does
it stop
it
doing that.
automatically turns that on, and I told it not to do. Let me turn that back off. Let me fix the adjustment again. Yeah, I don't know why it did that, but it sure did. All right. Oh, let's go the other way.
Oh, damn, Creed.
I'll
Pneumonia
stay.
sucks.
I think it's because it's on smart composition. Let me turn that off. Now it will not try to, hopefully not try to do that again. Everything else is set to auto. Okay, good. Camera's got too many. I haven't started Cloud Chuckers trying to get over pneumonia. Daggum, Creed. You know, there's a lot of people at our job that's been sick. And they've missed multiple days of work. And we're sitting here coming in every day like, I don't see what the problem is. We're working. Why can't they work? But I'm glad you're feeling better, Creed. Good to hear.
I mean, it is kind of hard to work when you're shitting yourself, but
yeah, I mean, I get it, but our company does not hire people that we don't need. So when one's missing, it throws a stick in the work. What's up, timekeeper? How you typing, man? You're on your TV and you know it.
Yeah, I know, because whose sticks do you think are all fucked up now?
Sticks?
Yeah, well, their works are fucked up with sticks.
Oh, okay. Well, so, but yeah, we got a couple of people that's been sick, and then we got other people that's going on vacation, knowing that, you know, this is like the busiest time for us, or approaching. Like next month is probably going to be the busiest month we have, and this is not the best time to be missing work. Just saying. And Boss Man knows this, so he will make adjustments if need be, I'm sure. So
yeah, I don't know.
What's up, Cloud Chucker? Check Creed, get well soon. Yep. Creed says he is doing better. I personally, the main reason I want to get back up in the air is for redemption. I feel really bad about missing that stupid line. That was a stupid mistake, which could have cost me my hand, and I won't ever do it again, but it's still the fact that it happened in the first place. I shouldn't have gotten a rush. I know better than that, but I did it anyway. And I did get some O-rings, because those little plastic clips that hold my lines in place on the BGD, you have to order them from BGD, and it takes a lot of shipping for a stupid 60-cent part, and it's easier to get a bunch of O-rings and do the little O-rings to hold your lines in place, which is what I did. So I got 2 of them on. I need to put 1 more on, but I'm waiting until I get the new line, because it's stupid to do it now. I'll have to take it all back off and do it again, because there's 5 lines on that one malleon. So it's not fun to do that and then have to do it again. Well, thanks, Lindy. Yeah, we watched. We was on Lindy's show last night.
I am tired, Tony. Um,
You're late again. No, clocks didn't change again. We're gonna be at this time for the
and for some
foreseeable
reason, my
future.
camera is got me like I'm all up on it. It's over there, and I can't zoom out any more than I am. I don't know.
Bill, are you serious? Wow. Because of a line over. And that's exactly what I had. And so you lost your friend because of that. See, that just, man. Yeah. That really puts it in perspective, man. And I knew that, so I assume he got in the air and then noticed the line over or something and then crashed or something. I don't know the specifics of it, but yeah, that is very dangerous having a line over, and there's not much you can do about it, especially if you already get in the air. You are zoomed in a lot. What the
Yeah,
heck?
I'm trying to unzoom myself. I
There
can't.
you go. That's better.
No, I'm still too damn close.
No, you were really close, and now it's back. I can see your whole body now. You're fine now. No more zooming. April 30th, 2023. Wow. Yeah, stuff like that we need to know about to keep us on our toes so that we never become complacent and end up, hey, what's up, Dro? How the heck are you doing, man? I haven't heard from you in a while.
It's the
You
anti-lizard man.
he was posting like crazy for a while there, and then something happened, and I know down at Aviator, and I don't know all the details, and I know he got pissed off for some reason, but I'm glad you're still around, man.
Now you sound like my granddaughter, Tony. What the hell, man?
I see bags
They
under
they
Munchkin's eyes.
pointed that out when we were at fucking T-Mobile. They're like, "You got makeup under your eyes," and my other granddaughter was like, "Nah, that's just she's old. Those are bags under her eyes." Well, screw you too, Lily. Damn.
That sounds good, Cloud Chucker. 50-inch, is that all you want? I mean, 50-inch is not a bad size. You're going to find out later you probably wanted a bigger TV. Now, you don't want to get too big of a TV for your room, though. You don't want to put an 86-inch TV in a really small room, is what I'm saying. So, if 50-inch will look good in the room,
Dro
then
was
go that way.
mean to his woman and would not let her keep a legless lizard.
Yeah, Dro, we got a
That's
fly-in
rude.
coming up. Well, it's the same time as Bad Apples. So, I mean, if you're going to Bad Apples, I get it. Otherwise, we have a fly-in.
Hi,
Spring
Peanut.
Wing will be at Campbellfield Airport, which you've been to, the beginning of May, and I'll be there. I got some new mounts from a trike. I'm set, man. I actually want to try some foot launching while I'm there because it's been a long time since I foot launched because I just trike launching is so much easier to land. I can drive where I want to, set my wing up, and take off. Wild animals should stay wild. Yeah, OLED. QLED is a little bit expensive, but OLED is really expensive. So if you see an OLED TV, Cloud Chucker, that's cheap, I would go that route. Way better picture quality. QLED is below that. Then you got LCD, LED. Then they have micro LED now. They have there's a ton of them, but OLEDs are the bomb. But they're so much more expensive, man. You're talking thousands of dollars. When you literally, I know Costco's got an 86-inch TV with 120 hertz refresh rate for $7.99 right now. You ain't gonna get a OLED 86-inch for no $7.99. I guarantee that. Not unless your friend's selling it to you, because they need the money. That's about it. But yeah, Dro, I had when I went to fly for Gage in Florida, I had a line. It was totally my fault. Totally my fault. I never do this, but I had my brake in my hand when I started my motor on the trike, which put about 2 foot of slack in my brake line. So when I went to grab my A's, the brake line went over my arm and I didn't see it. So when I hit the gas, it pulled tight against my arm and my prop exploded, bent some mullions, cut a couple of lines. I'm okay. The only damage was my prop and some of the netting, but that's all fixed now. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse than it was.
Well, you can't afford to keep breaking shit, sir.
No, I can't. No. Luckily, it was not a really expensive fix, but
Well, shit.
well, yeah. I mean, the prop is not cheap. I mean, prop's $320 right there. Ching. Already have the new prop. Hadn't installed it yet. So if y'all want to see how big the prop is, like if I put these two together, it probably won't even fit on the. Is it following me again? Good Lord,
Yes.
Why does this thing do this?
I don't know.
I turn it off and then it does it again. It's like, no, I want to follow you, man. Let me go back to here and turn this up again. I hate when my camera follows me. That's not cool. So you take this piece of the prop. This is one side. Muffler, $400. The muffler costs more than the prop. Go figure. Then this piece here, and then they slide together like that. That's the whole prop. It's pretty big. This is the 140 prop. 125 I could probably fit on the screen easy, but not the 140. It's a little big. Maybe if I go way back. Oh, I'm gonna hit stuff. Yeah, I can't. Never mind. But there's the new prop. My broke one is still in the truck. I'm gonna have to bring the remnants of it back in the house and put it back here as a reminder to never do that again. I'll put it I'll make it some kind of trophy. Oh, that's the whole exhaust. Okay, Bill, I got you. Yeah. I'm glad. You know, that's one of the reasons I went with the factory R, just because it has a different exhaust. It's got a titanium exhaust, which is not supposed to crack like the red. I kept hearing everybody talk about their exhaust cracking on the 185, and I was like, man, I don't want my exhaust to crack. No wonder why they call it a lawnmower on your back. Yeah, well, there you go. They call it a butt fan. Did I feel rushed to take off? Tony, I did. That's what I was saying during Shane's show. There was, if you look at Slade's video, he was flying around right about the time when I was going to take off. There was 24 wings on the ground ready to take off right then. Now, in my area, there was only 11. But the whole field, there was 24 people ready to take off. So it was me. Gorilla was to the right of me. Andy, I think is his name Andy? I think his name was Andy, the guy behind me. Not Andy Busby, but a different Andy. And then there was another person to the left of him on a trike. And then right in front of us was the guy that just set his paramotor down in the middle of the field and walked away. So that's what made me mad. I was like, why would you just set your stuff down? And it's probably why I ended up with a brake in my hand before I started my motor, which I never do, and ended up having an accident because of it. But it's still my fault. And that's why you won't fly out a big fly-in. Yeah, big fly-ins, like bad apples, especially for a beginner, could be very scary. There's so many pilots in the air, and there's nobody directing traffic in the air. Hey, Angela Presley. What's up, Arnie?
Hey, Angela.
And it's really easy for, maybe it's not your fault, but say somebody next to you doesn't look before they turn and they turn right into you. That's a very, really real possibility. I know if I was ever at a big fly-in, I would fly as far away from the LZ as possible, away from the other pilots, because if you stay grouped up with a bunch of people, you don't know the guy next to you. He may be new and don't know how to properly do a turn where you're supposed to look before you turn. I've seen people all the time just pull. And if you're by yourself in the air, not as big a deal, but when you have 40, 50 people in the air, it's very important. Very important to look before you turn.
Well, very nice, Angela.
Yeah, it is very fiddly, DeMillan, but if it's checked the way I should have done it, that would have never happened. I mean, the first takeoff went perfect. It's just that one, I made that simple mistake, and that's all it takes is one little mistake, and boom. So, yeah, I won't be doing that again. I'm going to check my lines and triple check them before I ever hit the gas. I don't care if they're trying to rush me. I'll be like, you can freaking wait. That's what I'll tell them. You can wait. I'm making sure my stuff's right.
I mean, that's what happens when you line up behind somebody. You got to wait.
Yeah. I would have rather been in the back on that one. But I had the trike, so I was in front of the guy.
I don't think anybody was necessarily rushing you, though. I think
They
you just felt rushed.
weren't rushing me. It was more of a mind thing, thinking I need to hurry up and get out in the air out of the way. It was just a mind thing. Nobody said, hey, can you hurry up? That didn't happen. That was just my own mind telling me that. But yeah, I know better. I shouldn't have done that. And you live and you learn. So Scuba didn't want to be that guy. Yeah, I guess. I didn't want to be that guy. If we didn't have Scuba in our way, we could have took off, you know. But there you go. That's what happened. I found this pod and didn't even know I had it. Apparently I didn't like it or something because it's sour watermelon peach. It's almost full of juice. And I'm like, why did I get another one if I had one that still had a lot of juice in there? So I'm going to continue to vape this one until it's empty.
Again, because you have no idea what you have and what you do not have unless it's spread out all over every single horizontal surface in our house.
That's how I find stuff. I just spread stuff out all over the place.
Exactly, RS. You're just showing the people behind you what not to do.
Yeah, it's a great teaching tool, RS. Nobody behind me after that made any mistakes. They were all like, oh, let me make sure I'm doing everything right. Now, the guy that took off right before my attempt, I thought he was going to crash. It was very scary. It's on Rip's video. He was all over the place. Honestly, his wing was it was oscillating so bad, I don't know why he stayed on the gas. It was a very good possibility he could have crashed, but he managed to pull it off. Good for him, because Rip ran for cover. You can see in his video, he ran. He thought the guy was going to hit him, so it did look scary, but he made it up. And I think mine was, I saw somebody else break a prop. I wasn't the only one to break a prop at that event, but I think I had the most damage out of anybody. Nobody else really had any damage.
The drag launch was pretty good.
Yeah, that one, if you watch Fly Out for Gauge that Rip did, the first video.
That was the longest.
Not part 2. My original takeoff is at like 5 minutes and 20-something seconds, and then where my wing breaks is right after 10-minute mark. Or my wing breaks. Where I explode my prop is right after the 10-minute mark.
I wish somebody would have got a video of the guy doing the longest worm burner in history, because that was excessive.
Bro, if you would have, if Bill, anybody that flies would have seen that takeoff, the dude literally was on his stomach.
Well, he was on his knees when he flew by me and Tony.
Yeah, well, he started off when he when he tried to take off, he fell forward and slid, still on the gas, got up onto his knees and was still on the gas. Then his cage came down and hit, still on the gas, then eventually started to come up off the ground and made it into the air. How, I have no idea, without breaking anything. But yeah,
dragging me out where, Tony? Look, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? All the campfire talk, right? I'm just going to put it that way. Ruins it for me. I'm on vacation. I don't want to talk about shit like that, right? I want to have enjoyable conversations. I don't want to listen to people argue. So if that's going to happen, then I'm not going to be out there.
Yeah. It does make it, you know, we try not to talk
ruins
about
the vibe.
politics in this show, and I don't like talking about politics at a fly-in either. It just starts a lot of drama, and there's no reason for it. And we're trying to have a good time, and we damn sure don't want to talk about politics. Just saying. And I realized there was just one main person instigating it all, but still, dadgum, man, let it go. Let it go. Okay, I don't know how that got over there, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Will's jokes and everything were fine because they did not.
Yeah, Will was fine.
They did not monopolize. Not you,
No,
woman.
Angela.
I would have loved to have been able to talk to you more, except somebody was crammed so far up your ass, it didn't really get a chance for you to talk to too many other people.
Yeah, we couldn't talk to Angela. She was preoccupied.
And I don't like that. Especially when it's made very clear that this is not a topic of conversation people wish to have.
Yeah, I mean, it was
and
said.
He still won't shut the fuck up.
Hey, let it go, you know, but it still didn't happen. So
I mean, if this gives you any indication of this person, right? A Carolina Reaper cheese puff was dropped on the ground. Well, flung by somebody onto the ground. And I picked it up so the dog didn't get to it, right? That turned into something political. How the fuck does that happen? Because I picked up, and he managed to thank me and fucking insult me all in one sentence because I picked up a hot Cheeto off the ground.
Which flight are you guys getting married? At the current rate, it would be Soar the Shore in September, DeMillan.
DeMillan, at this point, I'm ready to just go apply for the license and go to Justice Peace and go out to dinner. I don't care.
There you go. Which may end up being what happened. What happens? I don't know.
We're not going to the same restaurant, and I hope they're not fishing a body out of the river, because that's what happened last time, and that should have been an omen. We love you too, Angela.
Yeah. Angela's good people. We should come to Vegas. Yeah. I've never been to Vegas. It would be cool.
I have never been to Vegas either. We have to go to Nashville in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we do got to go to Nashville. So anybody that's over in the Nashville area, that's where we're headed. Now we have to go for work, but it's kind of a work / vacation, kinda. I mean, we will have off time, but most of the day during the day we're going to be in seminars, which is going to suck. So.
Yeah, the seminar is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I think Friday night they're having a party on the rooftop, though. So we're going to stay Saturday and coming back Sunday.
Okay.
See, Tony, but I want the tax breaks for this year. And we're not going to be able to go to Vegas this year because I'm running out of money. So, yeah.
I don't know where Will Fly is. I mean, Dairy Queen's special's over,
DQ,
man.
Tony.
He can't go to Dairy Queen today. He got his free ice cream yesterday. He can't go every day. Close enough, Cloud Chucker.
You did not speak that right, but we know what yes, Nashville is in Tennessee. Yep.
Yeah, that's Nashville, Tennessee.
And we're flying, so everybody keep their fingers crossed that our plane stays in the air when it's supposed to and lands on its wheels when it's supposed to and doesn't try to take off on the taxiway like one of them tried to yesterday. Why
I
can't
don't
I hear
even want to
myself?
think
Turn me
about any
down.
of this
I don't like
airplane
that.
stuff, man. Considering we have to get on a plane. I'm not driving to freaking Nashville. Um,
But the good thing is, right, is the flight that we booked is direct. It's like an hour and a half. We don't have any layovers. We don't have to get up at 3 a.m. We do have to battle traffic to get over the HRBT to get to the airport, but
we do need to have a vacation that's not a fly-in. I'm down with that, Angela. I mean, she gets more vacation time than I do, so it's got to be planned out. So we'll have to figure it out. But yeah, I want to do something that's not flight related.
that would be nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what we're gonna do, but yeah, something of that nature.
I just, whatever we do, I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
I don't,
You
I
want to
don't
go
want to
somewhere where you can
have
just sit down and do nothing.
I
Okay.
don't want to have an itinerary. I don't want to. We have to get up at X time because we got to go do this. I ain't doing a
Oh.
goddamn thing.
And it's like that when you go on a cruise because they have certain times, like all the excursions they have.
Yeah, fuck that.
Hey, I want to go snorkeling, and then you got to go. I've done the Gatlinburg thing, Wally. I don't want to
Well,
repeat.
the convention is not in Gatlinburg. It's in Nashville.
Yeah. Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge are really close to each other. I mean, literally 15-minute drive and you're there.
I want to go see the bears that just wander in the candy store down in Gatlinburg.
I've been to Gatlinburg many times and I've never seen any live bears just walking around.
Okay. Well, apparently they're getting pretty brave, and they're like, "Fuck it, y'all are here. We want to see what's up. We're just gonna check out the shops.
Wow.
What you got in this candy store?" They're not aggressive. They don't seem to be going after anybody. They're just wandering around checking
I get
shit out.
it. And Gatlinburg is right
They're
in the
like, "Y'all
middle.
are here. Why can't we be here?"
I mean, it's surrounded by mountains, so there's plenty of spots for bears to come down and go, "What's going on down here?" So I get it. And the bears probably smell the food
bears
because
apparently
they cook constantly right there. So yeah.
Well, the bears apparently like that candy store because I've seen multiple videos of the bears wandering around that candy store. I see you, Shmoo.
Yeah,
What do you
Ozman,
want?
I can't. She don't want to do it. I've asked her about cruises, and she does not seem interested at all for some reason. It is very relaxing, though.
My mom's going
What's
on a
up,
cruise.
Scott?
She's leaving tomorrow to go on a cruise, and then as soon as her and her husband come back, my niece and nephew are getting on the same boat to go.
Yeah, that's the
go
weird
out.
thing. Your mom goes on cruises like she goes on at least 8 to 10 cruises a year, but yet you don't do any.
No, she goes to one because there are. Look, I've seen the videos of cruises. I don't want to have to fight for a place to sit on the balcony. I don't want to be crammed into a pool with a bunch of drunk 20-somethings. I don't want a Disney cruise. I'll jump off the fucking boat, okay? Do not put me on a boat with a bunch of children. Fuck that.
I never got in the pool or hot tub on the cruise boat. There's no reason to.
Yeah, so and well to me that means you're putting me on a boat, so I'm either in my cabin or I'm eating. Send me to a resort and I can do the same thing where I can actually get in the pool and go to the beach.
And they will bring you a bucket of beer
and burst into flames immediately.
No, they have shade spots. They have overhang.
I don't know. Send me to a resort. I don't want to do
until
a cruise.
You do it, you don't
I don't
know.
want to do. I don't want to do the itineraries, the offshore excursions, because I would be a nervous wreck the whole time.
Yeah, if you go during spring break, oh my God, that would be a hell of a cruise. It would be not enjoyable, honestly.
You know what? You know what cruise I want to do? I want to do the Rhine River cruise. I want to be on a boat with a bunch of fucking old people that are quiet so I can sit there in fucking silence and drink my alcohol and look out at the scenery as we float by.
That's the way it is on a big cruise boat. As long as you don't go during spring break, you just can't go at the wrong time.
Yeah, but I'm on the ocean. What kind of fucking scenery? Look, water.
Well,
The river cruises seem like they have way more
the
cool shit to look at.
first hour or so, you can still see land, but once you get out to sea, yeah, there's nothing but water all the way around.
Right. And okay, Linda, you said, "Ha, we're not quiet." After 8 p.m., you will be, which is, I don't like people. I don't understand what you
Damn,
don't
Scott, that's messed up.
get about that.
Go on a
I
cruise
do
for
not want to
seniors.
be on a boat with a bunch of them. That's what the Rhine River cruises are.
Yeah.
People are icky.
I-
Hi, Shmoo. Can I help you, ma'am? What? You ain't got nothing to say? You knew I didn't like people. You
Yeah,
knew this
but
about me.
well, now that she does want to do, Creed. She don't mind going to all inclusive. She wants to fly down to like the Bahamas, go to an all inclusive resort, hang out there, and then fly back, which is very fast. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, again, that falls under the category of I don't want to do anything. I don't
Yeah.
want to plan anything. I don't want to have to look at my watch. I don't want to have to rush back to a boat.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry about it leaving me. I don't want to worry. Yeah, I don't want to just drop my ass off on the island and then tell me when I got to get back on the airplane. Get down.
The sands in Jamaica.
Ow!
Well, I went to
Not allowed to use claws.
whatever that place is called. Not Slappy Joe's, but it's some weird
Senior Frogs.
Senior Frogs, I think, in the Bahamas. I was wasted when I left. I had to get a taxi to get me back to the cruise boat. And I stumbled. I can't believe they didn't even care on the cruise boat. They were asking for because you got to give them your ID card when you get back on the boat. They don't want to send
You
random.
just hand them your entire ass wallet. Here, find it.
Pretty much.
Somewhere.
Well, no, I mean that's the only thing I was carrying. Well, I did have my wallet.
Damn.
But, they don't care how drunk you are when you get back on the boat, as long as you make it back on time. They're like, come back by 6 p.m. or we leaving you, and
that's another thing. I don't want to have to corral a drunk scuba back onto the boat at a certain time. Yeah.
Don't ever leave your resort. In the Bahamas, the resorts, they do have them like sectioned off, like, if you're going to the sands or whatever it is in Bahamas, they know who is supposed to be there and who's not. We were right next to it when we got off the cruise boat. You could literally go out on the beach, but you could see the area that was sectioned off for that all-inclusive resort. Sandals? I think it's called Sandals. But it's really cool because they got a swimming pool with a swim-up bar. You can literally get wasted in the swimming pool.
Some friends of mine, whenever they go to hedonism. Get down.
No humidity, no bugs. In Vegas? Wow.
But it's hot.
How about smoke? How about wildfire smoke in Vegas right now? How's the air quality?
Vegas is in the desert.
Mike Tadlock has an ice cream shop in Belize. Really? Like, hey, man. They do lots of rental stuff. Like when you go to the Bahamas or Panama City, you can literally go parasailing. But far as people renting paramotors, it's not really a thing that much, unless you maybe you're going to Egypt. Well, I know that, but I'm saying you would have to be able to prove, hey, yeah, I know how to fly. Plus, you can't just send somebody that don't know what they're doing up on a paramotor. They would destroy your equipment or hurt themselves. So that's why rentals for
Why
that
not both?
is not a
you
thing.
get down?
Why
you
not
do
both?
not need to crawl in my skin, ma'am. Go find something to do with yourself.
It's perfect weather now. I bet. We're just starting to get 70 degrees. It'll be 70 here tomorrow. Today, the highs it's like right now it's 55. And I think that's the highest it was all day today, maybe 56 tops. But tomorrow's supposed to get up to 70. That's why we're gonna get out and do stuff tomorrow.
Go bug him.
I'll see if if I have my paramotor enough together. Well, you know what? I could leave the paramotor broke down and still see if it'll mount to that trike.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna see if these mounts will fit correctly now. This does look like a bigger mount than the last one, thank goodness. So it should hold around that bar, which will be awesome if it does.
But yeah, because those flat plates that was a dumb idea.
I mean, the other one has plates like that, but they're really thin. These are much thicker. So
no, I meant the part that goes over the cage, that goes over the frame of the paramotor, was just a flat plate. Whoever came up with that design idea was an idiot.
Goes over the paramotor.
Yeah, that you screw down the plates that go over the frame of the paramotor to attach to the
These
trike.
are what screws it down to the plate.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm
Okay.
talking about the little hooky piece that
Yeah.
goes over the actual
Oh.
frame.
Well, because these are made for Kanguk.
Whoever came up with
Trike.
the design for the previous set were stupid.
Oh yeah, the aluminum. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
they worked. It's just they don't take any kind of damage at all without breaking. Next week it'll be 90. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I mean, you know as well as I do when we went to
Take that.
She's going right back to you.
Well,
She tried
it's
to bring
'cause
me
you
the cat.
Screamed like a maniac.
The cat said, "I don't want nothing to do with that dude." She will be right back in your lap in a minute. So yeah, when we went to Florida, it was in the high 80s. It was really cool to go from the high 80s, and then when we got out of the car at home, it was 38 degrees, which was crazy. It's like, whoa.
He was whining like a little
Who turned
bitch
off
the
the
whole
heat?
way.
I liked it. It was enjoyable. For that night, I wanted the heat back up next day, but
He was complaining the whole way home. It's dropped 2 degrees. It's dropped 5 degrees. It's in the 30s. It's dropped 40 degrees.
right.
Yeah.
It is light. That was their whole purpose behind using the aluminum, was it was lightweight. But the whole trike itself is light. Most of the stuff is aluminum besides the steel plate that your paramotor mounts to, and then now these are steel. The rest of it, I think, is aluminum, and then some kind of fiberglass material for the axles on the rear. That way they can bounce a little bit without breaking if you land hard, which I haven't had one of those, thank goodness. But the parts, if one does break, they're not that expensive, which is great. I didn't want to buy something that I'm like, oh crap, if I break this one thing, that's $1,000. That would suck. Because I'm not on the desert. Yeah, that's the other thing. Flying at sea level is a lot easier to get lift and fly a paramotor. If you fly above sea level, like 4,000 feet above sea level, the air is much thinner and you don't get as much lift. It's harder to take off. I have no desire to want to go.
How do you manage to do that?
Somewhere.
We were talking about cruises, and then we went to excursions, and then you started talking about paramotors, renting paramotors for excursions, and now you're back on flying again. He didn't bring up anything about flying.
He said 4,000 feet. That's all that matters.
He said it's cooler here than in Vegas. And you can segue anything back to flying.
I'm just describing the air density above sea level.
Everybody knows it's thinner the higher up you go.
I'm not going to say anything on that one because I'm not going to make it political either.
Well, I think you just did by saying that. But yeah, everybody knows the air gets thinner at the higher altitude. That's why people have such issues climbing shit like Mount Everest because it's hard to breathe because
Yeah.
the air is so thin.
Yes. Harder to get oxygen. So, anyways, um, other than that, things are going pretty good. Hey, Breeze.
Hi, Breeze.
Breeze showing up late. She don't care. I show up when I feel like it. Show up an hour late because I hadn't changed my clock yet.
So, did you hear what I said about how our flight is? We don't have any layovers on the way there or
Oh,
on the
that's
way back.
good.
It's a direct flight. Yeah.
Awesome. I hate layovers. The last one we had to do that. I don't like that, man. I
So our
want to
flight
go and
leaves
be there.
Tuesday at like 9:30ish in the morning. So we do have to leave here at like 6:30
Mhm.
to get through the traffic, so we're there an hour early.
Yeah, the
And then
last
on
thing I want to do is try to be one of those people that are late for the airplane.
CDC, I saw that, but I was at work, so I didn't get a chance to really read it. But I
Hey,
understand
CDC, what's up?
you
Well,
sold something.
oh, he sold something?
A pinball machine, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Nice.
and thank you for not offering it to Scuba first. I
Thank God, because
appreciate
I would have
that.
been like, ooh, a pinball machine?
Down. I do. Isla, she was actually in Shane's show the
You've
week
never
before
flown
the
anywhere with a
fly-in.
layover? Oh my gosh. There was one flight that I almost had to book just to make
No.
sure we could get there on time that had like a 12-hour layover. And I was like, I don't want to sit in the airport for 12 hours in some state that we don't know anybody at. And it was going and the weird thing is, not only did it have a 12-hour layover, it was going in the wrong direction. I think we're going to Florida, and it was saying, yeah, you're going to go to Kansas and then back down to Florida. I'm like, what kind of sense does that make at all?
Well, I think, what do we have, like a 5-hour layover in
I don't even think, I think it was like 3 hours at the most. It wasn't that
in
long.
Charlottesville?
Yeah, it
Get
wasn't that bad.
Down. You do not need to
But I
sit
still
on
don't
me
prefer
constantly.
layovers if I can. If I can
Go play
avoid
with your
it, we
toys.
avoid it. The main thing I think I remember most about the layovers is it took forever once we got on the plane for them to take off. Oh my God, we sat on the plane forever.
That's where we had the layover, was Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah, we went to Charlotte. That made sense though. That's kind of on the way.
Well, when we were trying to come home from Louisiana, they tried to send us to Texas.
Smoking
instead.
was on the other end of the airport. I remember one of the last few times I went to Hartsfield, Atlanta's airport, they had a smoking area. It was literally a glass room, and you couldn't see a thing in there. It was full of smoke. I'm like,
Cancer box.
why are they not filtering the air out of it or something? It was just a box. You didn't have to smoke if you go in there. You just go in there and inhale, and you're done. It was crazy how thick the smoke was in that room.
Well, even at Charlotte, we had to actually go through the line and go outside to vape.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they don't have like a little area off the concourse that's elevated so people can't climb up it to get it, so you could go out and come back in without having to fucking go through security and all that shit.
Oh, yeah. If you go out to vape or something, you have to go back through security just to get back in the airport. It was a pain in the butt. So, no layover is going to be much better. I want to get over there, down, done. I'm hoping since they have little breakout sessions, we're going to be able to learn some stuff because we're damn sure going to ask them some questions that we want answered.
Yeah, but I need to find the time to actually type those up so I can remember everything that I want to ask.
I thought
we also need to check and see if they have a shuttle from the airport to the hotel.
I think Denver airport is like Atlanta's, where you can't see the other side of the airport because it's so freaking far. You literally have to drive a couple miles to get the other side of the airport inside the building. That's how long it is. think Denver's the other one that's really big like that. Denver and Atlanta. Those two airports are huge. Huge.
I don't know. I like our little bitty airport here.
Do you remember, because you went through the Atlanta airport.
I did.
It's big. You probably only saw a small section of it. You're only here to win a pin. Tony, you got to give Creed. Creed's still working on Kyle Chucker's pin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did find my pen for the people that showed up late. I did find my pen. So it is not lost. Keeping it close by now because I don't know how I put it behind me and I couldn't find it, and it was right there in front of my face, but I didn't see it.
I know you're back there, Smokey, stalking me.
Yeah, Smokey is going to get you again as soon as she can. So I look forward.
She's already trying.
I look forward to tomorrow, where we can get some warm weather. Here in South Florida, spots are far few between compared to up north more. Yeah, I get it. Spots well, you would think though in Florida, because I see a lot of people flying from Florida beaches. I was really surprised when we were at Fly It for Gauge in Florida, which I'm surprised you didn't come to that because you were in Florida, so you were right there. You know who did come to Fly It for Gauge? Jillian from Aviator, and also Sandy Gaskin, is that her last name? I think she was there. So two people from Aviator definitely showed up, but one person I didn't expect to see there was Chucky Wright. Fucking Chucky.
Fucking Chucky.
He showed up. I didn't say a word to him, but he was there. I don't know if he flew or not, but he did show up. If he did fly, I doubt he paid to register, but, you know, there you go. Yeah, Atlanta has a flight landing every 2 seconds. I do believe it is. It's ridiculous. Landing, taking off every 2 seconds. That airport, anytime I drive near it, that's all you see is planes coming in. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you met Chuck? Wow. Okay.
Ma'am, it's time to cut
Sandy's
your
no
nails.
longer with Aviator? Really? She was the shipping manager, so she doesn't ship anymore? I mean, maybe she ships, but she's doing van life now. Okay. He was there for a couple days. I only saw him one time, Dro, at Fly It for Gauge, and that was that Saturday, I believe, the day before we left. So that was the only time I saw him.
Tony said he flew. He made a video.
The only time I saw him was after I'd already broke my equipment, so I wasn't flying. So there you go.
Well, that's a new one, CDC. I don't think I've ever pulled a muscle washing dishes. I have, however, thrown my back out picking up a paper folder, though. So
You know,
can't talk too much shit.
she said Sandy went back to engineering, which, you know what? If Sandy gets joy from doing engineering, then that's awesome.
If she's an engineer, you know she does. Those people are weird.
I could see that being fun compared to shipping stuff at Aviator. If I was a trainer at Aviator, I'd enjoy doing that every day. Got no problem with that.
That makes sense, CDC.
Training people, because you get to see the joy of their first flight almost daily. That would be awesome. But
I can't imagine shipping shit makes the same amount of money as an engineer does.
Right. And she works from her van? Hell. You had fun staying at Aviator? Yeah, I've never went there. I didn't even get to go to Wachula. I mean, Gorilla was at Fly It for Gauge.
Technically we did. That's where the Wendy's was that we went to. You just didn't get to fly over there.
I did not. I broke my equipment. Did not get to fly
The
to
Wendy's
Wachula.
that somehow fucking ran out of potatoes, fuckers.
Yeah, we went to get. She wanted a baked potato from Wendy's.
They
We don't
followed
have no
us.
potatoes.
They followed us. They were going to go somewhere else. And me, Tony, and Angela were like, no, we got to go to Walmart. We're going to go to Wendy's. And here come these fuckers coming in behind us. What are y'all doing? End up having to pay for his fucking lunch, too.
That was
Ain't that
awesome.
some
I couldn't
shit?
have planned that better if I tried. We showed up. I was like, ooh, look, food.
Mm-hmm.
That made y'all snort laugh.
He's just looking for a free lunch. That's
Hey,
all.
we got to go see the big dead 10-foot alligator, 10 to 12 foot. I don't know. It was big.
I
Didn't
can
have a
still
measuring
smell it.
tape on me, but it was at least 10 foot, if not 12. It was huge. You know, I complained, Dro, because the food truck wasn't there this year. It was there last year, but not this year. And Shane said that was not his doing. That's the county park is the one that coordinates the food truck.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully next year the food truck will be there.
I mean, maybe the food truck was booked elsewhere.
If we
and couldn't
find out
make it,
what the
so.
name of the food truck is, I will call their ass. I'll be like, hey, you're missing out on a lot of money if you don't come, because people, they could have got paid this year going to that fly-in. Just saying. Yeah, alligator hunters, right? Angela, that was a good video that Will did. I liked it.
Such brave alligator hunters hunting one that's already dead on the side of the road.
Hey, you know, we were brave to get near that smelly, nasty thing. I mean, it had been there for over a week and a half, but it was still a gator. You could still tell, and we got to watch that guy yank the tooth out of it.
Blech.
I didn't realize how many gators was in the water right next to us. It's like, damn.
It's called Gator Lake. I'd be disappointed if there weren't gators
I know,
in there.
but it's not like they come up and say, what's up, while we're trying to fly, you know. They
No,
don't.
because they think people are icky too.
Well, there you go. People are icky. Let's stay away from those people.
They are icky. You've met them before.
I bet you
they're
land
icky.
in that water and they won't think people are icky. They could have made some good boot. That could have made some good boots. Yeah. You didn't want to touch that gator no more than I did. While on your one wheel. You know, one wheels, they're tempting, and one wheels are expensive, number one. Number two, they're cool because they're very portable. I like that. But number three, they're also dangerous, man. You hit the wrong bump on one of those and you're going to go soaring. And if you don't have on safety equipment, I would look like such the dork one-wheel rider with knee pads.
Always be ready to jump off.
Yeah.
Assume you're always about to hit a rock or a hole.
I brought my little scooter, my e-scooter. And
he thought he was the shit zipping around on his.
It was fun.
Too.
I mean, hey, that thing went over the speed limit of the park. That's for sure. But it has shocks on the front and back, so it handled it really good. And I still haven't charged it. It's still got like 30 to 40% power on it. But I was riding my paramotor on one wheel the whole time at the airport. What? I was riding my paramotor on one wheel. Huh? So you had your paramotor on your back, you mean, while you were on the one wheel? I could see that. They actually, I'm surprised at how much weight those one wheels can pull. They don't really care how much you weigh. They still go. Am I going flying this summer? Oh, without a doubt, CDC, without a doubt. I don't know when it'll be. The latest it will be is May. I'm hoping sometime in April. Right now, I'm waiting on parts, so right now there's nothing. I will not fly that wing while it has damaged lines. Not doing it. Not worth the risk. I mean, I could have got hurt with what happened with me with no damaged lines, so I want to make sure everything's right before I do try to take off.
Why are your nails so damn sharp? And could you please stop digging them
Was
into my
too far to
skin?
walk to the launch spot. Yeah. See, that's why I like a trike, man, because you just drive the trike over to where you want to launch from and set up and go. That trikes to me make it so much easier. And I don't, I've flown foot launch and trike. And to me, I don't really think that you lose that much weight shift or whatever on the trike over foot launch to make it worth it to foot launch. I just don't. I don't see the thing. And I love being able to fill my gas tank all the way to the top and take off so I can stay in the air longer, which is what I do. So, and landings are so smooth. I don't have to worry about falling on my face. My prop don't get broke. The only reason my prop broke is because I got a line caught. Other than that, I wouldn't have got messed up. What are you smiling about?
Angela sent me videos of you being dorky.
Oh, of me being dorky? That's
Yeah.
24/7, so I'm always dorky. You know, you say that, Dro, and I would try to agree with you, but I've taken off on that trike in just as much space as it would foot launch many times. Now, if I was flying like an Atom 80, I would agree completely because an Atom 80, I have to run forever, and a trike would definitely take forever to take off with an Atom 80. But considering how light my trike is, because it's only like 26 pounds, I take off really quick on that trike. As soon as I know my wing's straight and I hit the gas, I'm in the air within like 2 seconds.
And Dro, you weigh like 100 pounds.
Yeah, Dro would be in the air as soon as the wing popped up.
Have you ever seen this motherfucker run with that paramotor on his back? Yeah. No.
I don't know. I haven't. Nobody films me when I run with the paramotor on my back. I would love to see it, but nobody has filmed me. I've got it from my helmet cam, but that's about, you can't tell. I do remember when I took off at I don't know if it's Spring Wing. I think it was Spring Wing after I broke my prop. And I did that long takeoff because I was scared I was going to break a prop. I almost ran a football field before I got into the gas and went up in the air. But yeah, it's just once you have an accident, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do everything I can not to break something this time. And I was being really careful.
Shmoo, I need to make a drink.
You can definitely tell the difference flying like a 125 prop over a 140. There's night and day difference. There's the cat again.
I know. She's been in my lap.
Yeah, Tony, I apologize about that. I will say this to my favor. When I let off the gas was way before the field. I glided halfway across the field before I even got close to the ground. I can't believe how much that wing just was like, no, we're going to stay in the air. Usually when I let off the gas, I can tell my descent ratio. You can ask Nick. He was like, damn, I glided forever. I don't know what it was, but we had a really long glide ratio. I let off the gas to where I thought I was going to land close by the registration booth and ended up landing, another 300 yards ahead? I was surprised at how far I was able to glide before I came down. But, it got bumpy, so I was like, I'm just going to land. And I wasn't trying to get video. I didn't think about nobody videotaping me, honestly. So there you go. I didn't get it on video myself because stupid GoPros that say it has 70% power, but yet when you turn it on, it turns right back off. That battery's got to be, I think it's this battery, actually. I think that battery's bad. It feels a little swollen, so it's probably no good. Figures. It's okay, Tony. I appreciate you trying to get my landing. Munchkin does also sometimes when she knows I'm going to land. It's almost like I have to call her on the phone. Hey, I'm about to land. Just so you know. Because otherwise she don't know. She don't like watch the sky. Okay, he's coming into land.
Well, and half the time my phone's fucking dead, so it's not like I.
Well, not anymore. Munchkin got a new
Oh.
phone now. Her phone actually stays charged all day now. Her old phone, I got to admit, her phone would die so much. It's like, damn, man, you need a new phone. But no, my phone works fine.
Yeah, pretty much, Angela. She has no boundaries.
That cat
At all.
loves being right around her neck. That's her spot. I don't know what it is with that cat, but she loves hanging out around her neck, perched on her boobs. That's her favorite spot.
Yeah, like it's a cat shelf.
And that's where that cat hangs out. Now, Bandit is definitely a daddy's cat. But he waits until as soon as I try to get in the bed, he is right there.
Hi, Stina.
And in my face. Of course you win, Stina. I mean, we can't wait around and get married by the time Stina does, because Stina's like, we're not getting married until 2028 or something like that.
Well, because she's planning shit and stuff.
Well, that's good. I'm all for the planning thing. That's fine.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, there you go.
I ain't about that life. Maybe like 30 years ago, but now, nah.
Where was Dar Thing last week? People were trying to bet and they couldn't because no Dar Thing.
Yes, they were going through withdrawals. Ow! Can you not do that? Please, that hurts.
That's the other thing. That cat likes to dig her claws into you while she lays on you. Because if Munchkin's not here, then the cat comes and gets in my lap and digs her claws into my legs, and it does not feel good because she has very sharp claws. But there you go. She'd much rather have Munchkin.
Unless she's in heat, and then you're her BFF.
Oh, yeah. Now, yeah, if the cat's in heat, it's becomes my cat again for some reason. Just during that period, though.
Yes, particularly your feet. She loves your feet.
You only planned yours about 6 months? Well, that's about standard, I think, Scott, is 6 months. Ours is, we had one thing planned, which got derailed, so now we got to figure something else out, which we hadn't thought about a lot yet.
I need to make another beverage. You have to get down.
We're getting there. Less than 2 years and you're thrifting the entire thing. Hell yeah, Stina. Do it.
Excuse me?
Really? Man, we heard that all the way across the internet.
Well, I mean, I do have a headset on, so I would hope so.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know where's a place that, like, if we took a vacation that had nothing to do with flying, besides the trip there, not paramotor flying, where we could go that we would both enjoy it and be able to relax. There's lots of options out there. And there's a lot of stuff that I would do that she wouldn't do. So we got to find a compromise somewhere in there in between.
Like what?
Oh, you're going to be live streaming it? Hell yeah, Stina. I appreciate that. That means we can be there, even though we're not there. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I mean, that's the whole thing. Do you want to go to a cabin somewhere that just has a hot tub and we just relax there, or
only if it's cold?
Australia? Really, Josh? You're going to Australia to get married? No way. Will kangaroos be in attendance? Just wondering.
God damn it.
And koalas? We could visit Paris, New York, and eat great Italian, right? I mean, I've always wanted to go to Vegas at some point. I'm getting up there in the year, so maybe I need to get it done. Knock that off my list. My main bucket list thing was that flying, and once I got that done, I was like, man, you got more key lime cookie? Well, you know what? I'm glad you liked it, Cloud Chucker. I love that flavor, man. That key lime cookie is really good. I blew through mine. I think I still got another bottle actually that I haven't opened yet. And the main reason I haven't is because I've been vaping these stupid pods. I think these things are addictive. But while I enjoy vaping the pods, I think it's because it's instant flavor. I think I enjoy vaping a normal RTA more as long as I'm getting good flavor from it. So as long as I got new coils, fresh wick, and that's the only flavor that's been on there, then they're great.
How's the wick job that I did for you? How's that
It
holding
works
up?
fine. There was no problems with your wick job. Oh, you're very welcome, Cloud Sucker. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. I actually had to re-wick his shit. Ain't that some?
She did.
Ain't that a bitch?
I was having dry hits, right? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I was on stream and I was trying to look at the camera instead of what I was doing. I think I put too much wick. Drippers are great. Drippers are like the best flavor you can get. So if you have a standard mech mod with a dripper on top, I think that beats everything that's out right now.
Continue your conversation. What were you saying?
On what?
That you were getting dry hits and
I don't know. It was dry hitting, so I gave it to Munchkin and she built it and it was fine. I don't know what the problem was. She flicked my wick. There you go. Grand Canyon. Oh man. You know what? If I went to the Grand Canyon, I gotta be honest, Munchkin would probably kill me because I would be looking around going, man, I really wish I could fly right here.
he would.
And
Everything would be about flying.
She would kill me. So do we gamble? Ooh. All right.
So I am super cheap, but 50-cent bets I could do that. Yeah.
I usually don't gamble. I have gambled one time on I gambled twice on the cruise boat. I went on a cruise, never gambled before in my life. I took a little bit of money because I was scared to bet a lot and just stopped by the roulette table. I thought, oh, this is interesting. I'll stop by the roulette table. I put not that much money down on 17 green for the heck of it. It just was calling me. So I put, it wasn't even that much, $5 or $10 on 17 green. I won $600 because it hit 17 green. So it pays like 4 times the amount. I can't remember what the odds were, 50 to 1, some crazy number. But so I won 600 and I was like, I'm done, because I know that when you're ahead, that's when you stop. So I stopped. So I took that money, which basically paid for our cruise, and then I went and spent another, I don't know how much, it was cheap. I spent another $5 or $10 on bingo because I'm old and old folks play bingo. The problem with it was I yelled bingo, but so did 4 other people.
Yeah. You gotta watch out too, though, because those little ladies will cut a bitch.
Well, the
They are
prize was
ruthless with
$500,
bingo.
right? But since 4 other people yelled bingo, we only got $100 a piece. But
Yes,
you know,
I know. I've played bingo before.
so in actuality, I won $700 on the cruise, and that's all the money I spent. So I got ahead on that. Can someone teach you how to make juice? Sure,
yeah,
Joshua.
there's some turtle boy. Oh, speaking of that, did you see the license plate that Scuba sent Stina?
I sent that picture to Stina. I'm sure she showed it to Josh. If not, I don't know why she wouldn't show it to Josh. The license plate just said Tortuga on it. T-O-R, the number 2, U-G-A, Tortuga. Instantly thought of Josh. I was like, oh my God, there is a Tortuga license plate.
How's that make you feel when people see turtles? They think of you, Josh.
Did you show Scuba the license plate I sent you? What license plate is that?
I don't know. Oh, hold on 1 second.
She did not, Angela, I'll tell you that. And my phone is in the other room, but I can get it.
Did you?
Nope, she is laughing for some reason. I guess she didn't show it to you, Josh. That's messed up.
When did you send it to me? Okay.
I sent.
Was that in Messenger or was it a text message?
Let me see. I can find the one of that I sent Stina. Because apparently she didn't show Josh, which is just terrible.
Oh, there it is.
Why can't it must be hidden among all these other pictures. Oh wait, just found it and then I clicked the button and it skipped. There we go. Yes. Come on, let me zoom in on the picture.
I think I just airdropped.
Look, it's too bright.
Picture.
There it is, Tortuga. On the back of a Chevrolet. I can't tell if that's an Alabama license plate or what it is, but yep, saw that, thought of Josh. Oh, that one's a little cleaner. Oh, it's Canada because it says Ottawa on the bottom, which I know y'all can't see, but it says Ottawa. So that's a Canadian license plate.
Yeah, because don't you remember saying, isn't Josh Canadian?
Not quite. Not quite Southern California, but you know.
I airdropped the photo.
Josh has
to
a
you.
Chevy. Was I behind Josh? I don't think he has an Ottawa license plate.
Well, you weren't behind Josh because you were a passenger princess. Did you get the photo that I airdropped you?
You airdropped me a photo?
No, I guess so, yeah.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's try that then.
I took a picture of this car, which looks like it just got out of the impound. I got y'all can't see it, but this is like a chameleon mirror paint. It's chromish looking. I heard it ding.
No, it's in your text messages.
Oh. Okay, that's pretty good. This is MCHKIN, Munchkin. Nevada license plate. Munchkin. I don't see nobody else with scuba license. Well, I've seen one, but I didn't get a photo of it. And the only other scuba license plate I've seen is my own. Let's win some coins. How many people can still get in? Let me see if I hurry up before Munchkin does. Watch, it's going to say Scuba took the last seat, blah, blah, blah.
I'm already in the mod heist. So
oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
That's what happens when you try to be mean and take my spot.
I wasn't trying to just take your spot, technically.
I know where you sleep, remember. I'll get you.
Oh my goodness. I'm so ready for the warm weather though. Our grass has already started to grow in the front yard. We actually had the landscaping crew. The landscaping? Wow. The landscaping crew came out to our job today and cut our grass, which I was like, that's a little preemptive landscaping, but okay. I'm not from SoCal. Just happened to be there during the naming. Oh, I gotcha. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. He said, "Remember?" No, I don't remember. I just know SoCal Tortuga. I don't know the
He's one of them Canadian
lineage
cold-blooded criminals.
behind the name there.
Why are you in the bag? Get out of the bag.
One more for Mod Heist. Okay. Come to Vegas and then Shane can marry me in Vegas. Yeah, you think Shane's gonna drive to Vegas? That ain't happening. He would have to fly out there also, which I don't know. I haven't seen Shane get on a plane yet. He always drives everywhere. Could you imagine Shane getting on a plane? I don't know if he does, if he will or has or scared to. I don't know his
Again,
thoughts.
that would be too far into the future, and I want the tax break for this year.
Uh,
She's sleeping in your suitcase on top of your clothes.
oh well, isn't that special? At least she's not hanging out on your chest right now.
Yeah, I mean, she's glaring at me from over there, like, look, this is where I'm relegated because you will not let me sleep on your boobs.
I get it. You know what's so funny about this whole Mary thing? We've had people come by our job and bring us wedding shower gifts. I'm like, we're technically not married yet, but thank you. Because they thought we were getting married when we went to Florida. I don't know how that word got out, but
I don't know, but that was very nice of her.
yeah, it was
It's our-
crazy. I was like, how do you even know? And why do you think we're already married? And wow, okay.
I of all the people, I would not have expected it to have been her.
Yeah,
Because that's just weird.
but she sure as heck. I'm not worried about the tax break. Kramer, how the hell you doing, Kramer?
Well, hi, Kramer.
Kramer's out. She was just, Kramer was lurking. We got lurkers in chat.
There's that too, Stina. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to extend it just because I want the tax break for this year.
Oh, we got busted. Kramer, make sure, if you haven't seen my latest video about paramotoring, make sure you don't make the mistake I did, which you probably won't, but I had one simple brake line go over my hand that I didn't see and caused my prop to explode and everything else. So don't do that. Just saying.
Don't you hate it when you have random people that send you friend requests on Facebook when you have no idea who they are? You don't have any mutual friends. And it's not a catfish dude. Like, I get those a lot too, but I just some random girl that I've never heard of in my entire life. Nothing about her looks familiar. She's not even from the area. I don't recognize anything about any of it. Maybe I don't. It's not what. Okay, so like you think it would be the catfish, like the fake model pictures. No, it looks like some middle-aged black lady just randomly sent me a friend request. I don't know. Her profile pictures, her wearing her bonnet. I don't know. Don't know who she is. Yeah, I don't know.
I still want to get Kramer to one of these fly-ins because I know without a doubt
she ain't no stripper, Josh.
she has some stories to tell that I would love to hear. And dadgummit, as soon as Kramer gets to where she doesn't have to work like a slave and she can start hang out with everybody, I want to find a flying that she's going to that we can go to so we can hang out. Man, if I could stop hiccuping, good Lord. Okay, that is very interesting.
What?
Well, we were out of fighting cock, so I put what little bit of fighting cock we had left into this, and the rest I put Crown Royal vanilla into. It actually tastes pretty good.
Crown Royal vanilla is delicious.
Well, yeah, but I'm getting
Old toothless hillbilly group. Yeah, I mean, she's got like her photos, or she's standing there at somebody's graduation. She's
eBulb
braiding.
Altry. Yes, they are. Depending on where you are located, their shipping policies have changed over the last few years because of the new regulations in place. But Element Vape will ship your stuff out in a timely manner. They have a little thing, where at least they used to, on their website, where you can check to make sure they ship to you. Check that. If it says that they ship to you, then you're good to go. They used to be really, really fast. I would order and have stuff from them in like 2 or 3 days tops. But ever since everything changed, it started taking almost 10 days for me to get my stuff from them. So I stopped ordering from them, but they're a great company. I got nothing against Element Vape whatsoever.
Found the connection.
What connection?
To the random Facebook friend request that I got from the lady that I don't know. DCF.
Shane would fly to Vegas. Well, thanks, Kramer. Yeah. So if you saw the video, then you saw what happened. It was a stupid mistake that should have been avoided. I know I don't put the text up long, but it says basically that I started my motor with my brake in my hand. Don't do that. That's where all my problems stemmed from. Because once I started the motor with the brake in my hand, I pulled about 2 foot of brake out from my carabiner, so all that slack was there. So when I went to grab my A's, the line just fell over my arm and I didn't see it. And it's my own fault for not catching it before I took off. I know you did, Kramer. I wish you would have been there. We had a great time, but it would have been a lot more fun with you there. Just saying. Because Kramer, you know what? Kramer would have kept stuff straight. I think Kramer would have been like, hey, now, we're trying to do such and such. Kramer don't play. We needed some Kramer at Fly for Gauge. I'm just saying. I have seen it, Cloud Chucker. That one looks cool. I saw Grim Green do the review on it. I didn't watch the whole video. I watched the first few minutes of it.
Yes.
But it does look cool. It basically looks like, because I have mine right here. I know y'all didn't think that I had this right here, but I did. So the Pure Max V2 is right here. I do vape this on the regular. The coil this is still the original coil I have in this thing. Now, I don't vape this as often as I do the pods or my other mods. But it has not let me down yet. This is a very good backup if you don't have anything else you're vaping, for sure. This is a great all-day vape, don't get me wrong, but I use this as a backup. So I'll be vaping something, and then if I just need a quick hit from something, boom, this works great for that.
I'm judging
Still
your
vape's
foxhole
as good
part.
as it did day one. This, you know what's in here right now? What's up, Ryan Rides?
Hey, Ryan.
This has Nilla nuts in there right now. Ooh, y'all know I love Nilla nuts. Hell yeah.
You missing something, bud?
Is that his pajamas? Yeah, so we
They
have
are his
Ryan Rides pajamas here. He came here and did a strip show and forgot to get his pajamas back.
Ryan left his pants at our house.
Ryan was like, he was having so much good fun here that he just took his pants off and just left them on the floor. He didn't give a damn. I hope everything went okay for you, Ryan, with the whole transferring stuff around. Ryan's good people. I'm actually surprised. I've never drank that orchard stuff before, but since he didn't drink all of them, he left like 2 here. Munchkin and I both had one. It's actually not bad. That's pretty good.
You have drank hard cider before. When we went to that thing for Jeff's high school,
but it wasn't an orchard.
you had
whatever.
hard cider then.
Oh, you're very
It
welcome,
wasn't-
Ryan. I'm sorry
Yeah,
we couldn't be more accommodating for you.
You're welcome back anytime, and I'll feed you junk food.
We'll feed them junk food. We don't have the biggest place in the world, but you know, it is good.
It was good.
It is good. I liked it. I was like, wow. I have a tendency to get in trouble. It's because I wake up alive and then it goes sideways from there. So yeah. Kramer, man, I gotta hang out with you. I'm telling you. We gotta hang out, Kramer.
So I got bit by something in Florida on my toe. It fucking inches like crazy. How long ago was that? It was like 2 weeks ago. It's bugging the crap out of me.
So
You're welcome anytime, Ryan.
what did I say? What was I gonna say to Kramer?
I don't know.
I was gonna say something to Kramer. Dadgummit. Kramer, is things going okay for you right now? You got everything under control, working, have food, groceries, all that good stuff? Just want to check on you. Got to make sure you're doing okay.
It wasn't a chigger, Ryan. Look, so a couple years ago.
I think she got bit by an ant.
I don't know if y'all have ever noticed that I'm missing a chunk out of my forehead right here because something bit me and now I'm missing a chunk of my forehead. So I had bug spray. I didn't get chiggers. I didn't get any mosquito bites, but something bit me on the top of my toe and I actually had to get up and take some like Alavert because it was itching
It may
so
have been
freaking
a
bad
fire
the other
ant.
night.
You know, it's weird because we really don't have fire ants in Virginia, but in Georgia, they're big time. In Florida, they're probably just as bad. She may
Good
have
night,
got
Cloud
bit by a
Checker.
fire ant. And
You'd think I would have noticed that shit though.
the only thing we got with ammonia in it is Windex. We don't have like pure ammonia. I could spray some Windex on her toe. I need sleep up early today. Oh, okay, Cloud Chucker.
There's supposed to be a comma in there. I don't know, but it itches like crazy.
That'll
And
work.
it's-
I will definitely spray some Windex on her toe. And
Yeah,
histamines.
Well, that's what was in the Alavert, but
Yeah.
it's driving me bonkers.
Whenever I have weird flare-ups that are allergy related, I take an Alavert and I'm usually fine.
But why just the one? Why just look? You know what? Nothing has ever made him happier than hearing just spray some Windex on it because this guy will use Windex for literally everything. You need to clean a toilet, Windex. You need to clean off your desk, Windex.
Oh,
You want to clean bug guts off your bumper, Windex. That is the only cleaning product he needs is Windex.
Well, endless foot drag is close for you, Kramer, but it is not close for us. That's too damn far. I'd love to join you there, but that's too damn far.
Matter of fact, look, he's got our Windex in his office because he uses that shit for everything.
I'm just saying the Windex is right there. I don't know how long it's been there, but it's
like
there.
Windex for him is like duct tape for everyone else. Duct tape fixes everything. Windex will clean anything. Well, give me the damn Windex because this is itching.
You like that with pine saw? There you go. She gonna spray some Windex on it. That's good to hear, Kramer. I'm glad everything's going good. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I mean, it's really weird, but I'll try anything because it itches.
Chiggers are something serious. You know, the only really experience I ever had with chiggers
I
at
told y'all, diesel fuel. That's what you use for chiggers.
was at Lake Lanier in Georgia. I went to Lake Lanier and I was swimming, and I went out to one of these little islands that was set all by itself and got up on the shore, and then I looked down and all I could see was the ground was moving. It was like completely covered by chiggers. I didn't know that. So I got back in the water, but apparently it had already been got. So yeah, my legs were jacked up for a couple weeks after that. I got bit really bad. Diesel and fire. Yeah, just flame my legs up. That'll be fine, no problem.
Now, well, diesel fuel works for poison ivy and chiggers because um, the oils suffocate them.
This was a long time ago. I don't even know if they knew that as a remedy back then, and I didn't even know
that
what
is
got
the
me.
only remedy. They've got other ones now, but I do not advise pouring diesel fuel on your
Georgia
skin.
WD-40. Yeah. The other weird thing is that I found even the Eastern Shore is ticks. Ticks. I don't have a problem with ticks at the Eastern Shore unless you go out into the tall grass. Then you'll get a tick. And usually they're little baby ticks and they're hard to find, them son of a guns. But as long as you stay in the low grass, no ticks.
I had one tick when we came back from
Eastern
but
Shore?
that was the day that I came back to get your it worked CDC because it doesn't fucking itch anymore. When I came back to get your medicine and took a shower, I had a tick on my side. Don't attack me, crazy. Get back up in your bag and go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, this fly for Gage, we only had one outbreak of mosquitoes for about an hour, and that was it for the entire fly-in. We never got attacked again by mosquitoes, which was great because the year before that, man, them mosquitoes was out every night. They were something serious.
I did discover that I am allergic to backwoods off, but it's still better than being bit by mosquitoes. The top of my hands and all through here where I had sprayed it had all these little itty bitty tiny blisters.
Kramer, don't you tempt me with homemade rum, damn it. She's like, I took 4 gallons of homemade rum. Oh my gosh. It was a big hit. I would say so if they drank 3 gallons of it or 2 gallons. That's still a lot.
Would you get out of the damn way, cat?
Damn. I forgot she makes homemade stuff. That's awesome. You've been warned about ticks, no firsthand experience? Yeah, the good thing is if you catch the tick moving. I know when I was in elementary school, I had a tick. I didn't even know I had a tick. And I was at lunch and it was crawling across my neck. And somebody goes, "Oh my God, there's a tick on your neck." I didn't believe them. So I grabbed one of the napkin holders, which was shiny, was stainless steel, and looked at it like a mirror and I could see it. So I grabbed it real quick before it could dig into my skin, and I was able to, I took it to the office and we ended up, I think, burning it with a lighter. It was crazy. But yeah, I caught it when it was just walking across my neck. Once tick grabs hold, woohoo! Home aged whiskey. Ryan, sounds good to me, man.
When you bringing it?
He said next time he comes.
Hmm.
Well, you know, we're halfway in between here and wherever there is.
Now, you're going to have to stay longer than one night or leave later the next day so we can get you proper drunk.
Yeah, we didn't even get to do that.
When I went to the grocery store They were $8 and some change for 24 large white eggs.
Yeah, I mean, the last time before that we bought them at Sam's. And I'm not saying that they're the best price on eggs by any means, but
No, because they're cage free and shit.
yeah, those are cage free eggs or whatever. But we get a lot. It's a what 36 eggs,
Yeah.
so it's a lot. But those are like $8 for 36 eggs, I
Well,
think.
I just answered him at Food Lion the other day. It was $8 and some change for 24 grade A large white eggs, not cage free.
So
The same eggs that I used to spend like $1.89 on.
yeah, eggs have gotten more expensive. They keep blaming this bird flu stuff on there. I see that
Well,
there's cases of
some
measles now all over the
somebody
place.
was explaining the whole bird flu thing, or not that necessarily, but that how long it takes chickens to mature before they can start laying eggs. Um, which is why chicken is not getting super expensive like chicken eggs, because apparently a meat bird is ready for processing within a couple months, but egg laying chickens don't start producing for like a year or two.
I don't know.
I mean, I would
Hey,
prefer that my chickens aren't like
Kramer won
tortured and
41,000 coins. Now, if we
living
could
in
only
a
turn that in for a new prop or something, that
yeah,
would be awesome.
living in a little bitty cage or nothing, but
So, not that
whatever.
I want to promote or anything, but I know Ready to Pair Motor is going to do their show Sunday night. So, make
Hmm.
sure y'all tune in for that. I've checked their website. They haven't turned it on yet. I mean, you can go to Ready Paramotor, Ready to the number 2 paramotor.com, but it says exciting things coming soon. Those are the guys that are supposed to be able to ship parts like overnight to you. So if you have anything broke for your paramotor, you're supposed to be able to get them really fast. Sky Sports USA is really fast. I have no complaints. If you're on the East Coast, Sky Sports is the way to go, I think. Ready to pair motor may be quicker, especially for like a motor or something. But it the only way I think that they're going to be able to compete, the ready to pair motor, is if they undercut the prices of Sky Sports. Other than that, it ain't happening. Just ain't happening. So good. I mean, I wish them luck, but I think they need to undercut the prices of Sky Sports if they want to be able to take over. Even if they only undercut them for like 6 months, it would get them in the door to get new customers, and then they could raise their prices. But you gotta start low and then build it up. Um, oh my gosh, David Wolf was at Fly It for Gauge, and we watched him fail launch after launch. It was honestly funny to me to watch. I know that who did the video and played the Benny Hill music. That was
Tony,
hilarious.
you just fucking nailed it, all right? I have been trying to think of who he reminds me of just because I'm not going to say anything negative, but he reminds me of somebody, and that's it.
Jeff
He's
Gordon.
Jeff Gordon. Yeah, that
I
yeah.
I don't know
Alex,
Jeff Gordon good enough to say if he's similar to
do
him, but
you know who Jeff Gordon is?
he's a race car driver, right?
Very good. Yes.
That's all I
Do
know.
you remember the car number?
No.
No, it was 24. Anyway, yes, you nailed it. Jeff
That's
Gordon.
because your
That's it.
husband watched your ex-husband watched car racing regularly. I don't I know that Earnhardt was number 3. There you go.
Yes, they're very good. I actually like racing. That amused me.
I've been to a NASCAR race. It's very loud. I didn't realize how loud them things are until you're right up on them. They're pretty freaking loud. But yeah. Yeah, Munchkin, they went and did the whole thing. Scanners, they did the race car stuff like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I still got my scanner right here.
You're from the South. Pull his card. Just
Yeah,
because
right?
I'm from the South don't mean I have to watch car racing.
Here's my scanner right here. Still have it. The headphones are in the closet.
Oh my God, he's going left. Look, he's making another left.
Look,
What's coming next? Another left.
Nobody watches them to turn left.
We watch for the wrecks.
What you're waiting for is the one guy to turn right, and that's when shit goes downhill. I have to say that going to Richmond though for a NASCAR race was an unbelievable experience because it is a very small track, and they would let you, because not all tracks will let you actually walk around the track. So you're walking around. If you walk facing the cars, they're coming at you and they're literally 20 feet away. There's just a chain link fence separating you, getting hit in the face with rubber. But the engines on those cars shake your whole body. It's very powerful.
I went to the NASCAR race. This was the old school NASCAR.
You went to Bristol, didn't you?
No, I went to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Yeah.
Okay.
I've also been
so you
to
can't walk
Dixie.
around that one.
You can walk right up to the wall. Yes, it has. Their chain link fence comes up and curves, so
they all do. It's called a catch fence, so the fucking tires don't fly into the stand.
I've also been to Dixieland Speedway, which is a dirt track.
That's different.
Yeah, that racing is crazy too.
The only ones I've ever been to is Richmond and Martinsville.
What's funny
I like to go to Bristol,
about the Dixieland? Now think about this Dixieland Raceway. I took one of my colored friends there.
We don't say that anymore, dear.
That was probably not the smartest thing to do. He was the only one there. Oh my God, I can't believe he didn't freak out and go, I gotta leave. But he stuck it out. He was a trooper, man, and people didn't care really. I didn't think it went bad, considering he was a speck in the crowd. But you know,
no, okay. I'm quite sure there was some confused white folks there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does he know where he's at?
Right? I mean, but they were just a bunch of good old boys. You know, they're just good old boys. It was fine. He did enjoy it. He did enjoy it, Ryan. So I'm glad I took him.
Michael
I almost forgot about that.
Ran me over in his golf cart.
Drag racing. You know,
I have gone to see drag racing.
Did my freaking thing do it again? Yo, hey, dadgum camera. I hate when it does that.
You have a friend that lives near Dinwiddie that flies. I don't remember who it was.
I love that my camera will follow me, but I hate when it does it and I'm not telling it to. I think it's when I hold my hand up, it starts tracking me. Yeah, that was weird.
I like going to see the races. I bet Richmond tickets are probably pretty affordable, but yeah, we used to go there and get there at like 7 a.m. and park in the field.
Speaking of which, there's an air show next month that we need to go to.
We don't need to go to. We can see it from our front porch.
I want to go to the air show. That's where I got that helicopter from.
There's a lot of people there. I want another one. You're going to make me stand in line and cram onto a bus with a bunch of strangers and shit?
Jess. It's fun. You know you like going to that air show. I don't like paying the prices for their freaking drinks and stuff. Oh my God. They're crazy with the prices. But the air show is cool. I don't know if they're having the Blue Angels this year. They had the Thunderbirds what was it, 2 years ago? It's been a minute. I think it's been 2 years. So now every 2 years they do the air show here. So this is the year they're doing the air show again. And I doubt it's the Thunderbirds again. Maybe it'll be the Blue Angels this time. We'll have to see. But
we do get the Blue Angels.
Get you a contact so you could do a drone show. That would be cool, Ryan, but I don't know, considering that's Langley Air Force Base, I don't think it stays open late enough to do a good drone show, you know, like a nighttime drone show.
No, because they close it down, I think, at 5.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to get a good drone show there.
Yeah, start shuttling everything back. No, the drone shows...
I'd be more than happy to be like, hey, yeah, do it.
The drone shows would be more popular for like, Norfolk and Portsmouth when they do events over the river because people can spectate from both sides of the river down at Town Point Park or in
Oshkosh.
downtown
Yeah.
Portsmouth.
Oshkosh would be cool. That's somebody else that came to fly up for Gage. Haley, that young teenage girl, she was there flying at Fly Up for Gage, and we watched her fail 7 launches. That girl, I don't know how she had that much strength, because once I fail 3 launches, I'm
Because she's
done.
not old.
I'm okay. For me, if I fail 3 launches, I pack up my stuff and I'm done. She 7 launches, man. Failed every one of them. And I'm not saying it was her fault. The winds were kind of switchy. She has a really pretty wing that looks like a butterfly. But I'll tell you what, after see, I just triggered it again. After all that, she was able to finally get in the air though. So hey, more power to her. That was awesome to watch, actually. All right, we are over time. We're 7 minutes past what we normally do. I do appreciate everybody coming out. Ryan, good to see you again, man. I'm glad everything's working out for you. Y'all don't forget that Ready to Paramotor will be on Sunday night. Hopefully by next Friday, I will have my parts in for my paramotor. Maybe I'll get to fly soon. Maybe I'll get to train somebody to fly a trike, which I'm also going to now include the whole thing about my lines and when you can actually put the brakes in your hand, which is going to be after you start your paramotor. But yeah, that's going to get added into the regiment because that's very important, it appears. But y'all have a great weekend, and we are going to go and enjoy what little bit of Friday we have, and then we have all day Saturday, which we're going to be busy. And then Sunday, and it's time to go back to work again. Oh, so much fun. See y'all later, everybody.
Night.
Good night.